Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Celebrity Net Worth. On this episode, we will be going over Google's net worth. Make sure to stay till the end of this video to find out how much this celebrity's worth. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. In this video, we will not be talking about a celebrity because we will be talking about a company, and that is Google. Of course you know of Google.com, right? Yes, that Google. Being such a widely used website, how much do you think its net worth is? Let's find out. But as usual, let's do a little background check. Here we go. Google LLC is an American multinational technology company that specializes in internet-related services and products, which include online advertising technologies, a search engine, cloud computing, software, and hardware. It is considered one of the big four technology companies alongside Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. Google was founded in September 1998 by Larry Page and Sergey Brin while they were PhD students at Stanford University in California. Together, they own about 14% of its shares and control 56% of the stockholder voting power through their super voting stock. They incorporated Google as a California privately held company on September 4, 1998 in California. Google was then reincorporated in Delaware on October 22, 2002. An initial public offering, or an IPO, took place on August 19, 2004, and Google moved its headquarters in Mountain View, California, nicknamed the Googleplex. In 2015, Google announced plans to reorganize its various interests as a conglomerate called Alphabet Inc. Google is Alphabet's leading subsidiary and will continue to be the umbrella company for Alphabet's internet interests. Sundar Pichai was appointed CEO of Google, replacing Larry Page, who became the CEO of Alphabet. Google began in January 1996 as a research project by Larry Page and Sergey Brin when they were both PhD students at Stanford University in Stanford, California. The project initially involved an unofficial third founder, Scott Hassan, the original lead programmer who wrote much of the code for the original Google search engine, but he left before Google was officially founded as a company. Hassan went on to pursue a career in robotics and founded the company Willow Garage in 2006. While conventional search engines ranked results by counting how many times the search terms appeared on the page, they theorized about a better system that analyzed the relationships among websites. The domain name for Google was registered on September 15, 1997, and the company was incorporated on September 4, 1998. It was based in the garage of a friend, Susan Wojcicki, at Menlo Park, California. Craig Silverstein, a fellow PhD student at Stanford, was hired as the first employee. Google was initially funded by an August 1998 contribution of $100,000 from Andy Bechtolstein, a co-founder of Sun Microsystems. The money was given before Google was incorporated. Google received money from three other angel investors in 1998: Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos, Stanford University computer science professor David Sheraton, and entrepreneur Ram Shriram. Between these initial investors, friends, and family, Google raised around $1 million, which is what allowed them to open up their original shop in Menlo Park, California. After some additional small investments through the end of 1998 to early 1999, a new $25 million round of funding was announced on June 7, 1999, with major investors including the venture capital firms Kleiner Perkins and Sequoia Capital. In 2003, after outgrowing two other locations, the company leased an office complex from Silicon Graphics at 1600 Amphitheater Parkway in Mountain View, California. The complex became known as the Googleplex, a play on the word Googleplex, the number 1 followed by a Google zeros. 3 years later, Google bought the property from SGI for $319 million. Google's initial public offering IPO took place on August 19, 2004. At that time, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, and Eric Schmidt agreed to work together at Google for 20 years until the year 2024. At IPO, the company offered 19,605.52 shares at a price of $85 per share. Shares were sold in an online auction format using a system built by Morgan Stanley and Credit Suisse, underwriters for the deal. The sale of $1.67 billion gave Google a market capitalization of more than $23 billion. In October 2006, Google announced that it had acquired the video sharing site YouTube for $1.65 billion in Google stock, and the deal was finalized on November 13, 2006. On April 13, 2007, Google reached an agreement to acquire DoubleClick for $3.1 billion, transferring to Google valuable relationships that DoubleClick had with web publishers and advertising agencies. On August 15, 2011, Google made its largest ever acquisition to date when it announced that it would acquire Motorola Mobility for $12.5 billion. This purchase was made in part to help Google gain Motorola's considerable patent portfolio in mobile phones and wireless technologies to help protect Google in its ongoing patent disputes with other companies, mainly Apple and Microsoft, and allow it to continue to freely offer Android. In June 2013, Google acquired Waze for a $966 million deal. While Waze would remain an independent entity, its social features, such as its crowdsourced location platform, were reportedly valuable integrations between Waze and Google Maps, Google's own mapping service. According to Interbrand's annual Best Global Brands report, Google has been the second most valuable brand in the world behind Apple Incorporated in 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016, with a valuation of $133 billion. Google became the third US tech company worth $1 trillion. Alphabet picked up about $8 billion in market value to join Apple and Microsoft in the exclusive club. Alphabet Inc. just joined the $1 trillion club. Google's GOOGL parent became the third technology company in the exclusive club, adding about $8 billion in value. Its market capitalization of $1 trillion is exceeded only by Apple Incorporated, AAPL at $1.38 trillion, and Microsoft Corp. MSFT at $1.27 trillion. Google's core ad revenue, which accounted for 84% of Alphabet's total annual sales in its most recently reported quarter, has led consistent annual revenue growth of 20% the past decade. The company reports fourth quarter earnings on February 3rd. The Silicon Valley company made the jump from $900 billion to a $1 trillion in market value in 47 trading days, according to research from Dow Jones Market Data. Google.org also donated $30 million in technology, hardware, and training to various organizations. Google's philanthropic arm is targeting a wide range of efforts from U.S. schools to refugee and migrant camps in Africa. A $5 million grant to DonorsChoose.org will provide more than 150,000 K-12 students with technology and teacher training to aid in learning, Google.org said. Google is donating $800 million to help with the coronavirus crisis. Google is committing to donate more than $800 million to support businesses, organizations, and healthcare workers as part of its coronavirus response, most of it in the form of free advertising. The tech company said it will give the World Health Organization and global government agencies a total of $250 million in ad grants, up from the $25 million it announced a few weeks ago, to share information on how to battle the spread of the virus, CEO Sundar Pichai said in the blog post on Friday. Another $340 million in Google ad credits will be available to small and medium-sized businesses whose accounts have been active over the past year, Pichai said, with an additional $20 million earmarked for announcements on relief funds and support for small businesses. Beyond its advertising initiatives, Google is setting up a $200 million investment fund to help small businesses get access to capital, as well as offering $20 million in Google Cloud credits for academics and researchers working on combating the coronavirus. Google is also working with one of its suppliers, Magid Glove & Safety, to produce up to 3 million masks that will be donated to the CDC. In 2018, Google made another giant move in its Silicon Valley land grab. Tech Google just spent $1 billion to buy property near its Silicon Valley headquarters. Google paid $1 billion for a new office park in Mountain View, California. It's already the main tenant of the 12 buildings on the 51.8-acre site. The company has now spent almost $3 billion on property in Silicon Valley over the past 2 years. The internet company spent $1 billion on a large office park near its headquarters in Mountain View, California, according to the Mercury News, and has now spent at least $2.8 billion on properties in Mountain View, Sunnyvale, and San Jose over the last 2 years. Google has also agreed to pay an additional $110 million for 10.5 acres for a new campus in downtown San Jose, with the possibility of buying about 11 more acres. The city will vote on the plans in early December. It's also been a big year for Google property purchases outside of Silicon Valley. In the first quarter, the company spent $2.4 billion to buy New York City's Chelsea Market. Now we will mention some of Google's major shareholders. First, Larry Page, the co-founder of Google and a board member of Alphabet. He served as Alphabet's CEO until December 2019, when he stepped down. He was replaced by Sundar Pichai, who is now CEO of both Alphabet and Google. As of this writing, Page holds approximately 40.1 million shares of Alphabet Class C stock. Page is considered one of the wealthiest people in the United States with a net worth of $53 billion, according to Forbes. Second, Sergey Brin is the co-founder of Google and a board member of Alphabet. He served as president of Alphabet until December 2019. Born in Russia, Sergey Brin and his family emigrated to the United States in 1979 when he was 6. Brin is currently the shareholder with the second largest stake of Alphabet Class C shares, holding approximately 38.9 million shares. Brin has a net worth of $51.1 billion according to Forbes. Third, Vanguard Group is one of the largest investment advisors in the US, with approximately 425 low-cost funds and ETFs. This firm held about $6.2 trillion in assets under management as of January 31, 2020. Among the largest ETFs in the Vanguard stable is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, with approximately $122.1 billion in AUM. Vanguard holds about 22.6 million Class C shares of Alphabet. Fourth, Blackrock is a global investment management company and the largest asset manager in the world. This firm held about $7.4 trillion in AUM as of December 31, 2019. BlackRock offers a wide array of mutual funds, closed-end funds, and popular iShares lines of ETFs. The company's largest fund by AUM, its iShares Core and S&P 500 ETF, which currently has AUM of $164.9 billion. BlackRock holds approximately 20 million Class C shares of Alphabet. Fifth, T. Rowe Price is a publicly owned investment management company offering a variety of account management services, funds, advisory products, and more. The firm holds about $1.2 trillion in AUM. This company's largest fund is its T. Rowe Price Blue Chip Growth Fund, currently worth about $67.4 billion in AUM. T. Rowe Price holds about 12.2 million Class C shares of Alphabet. It's now time to reveal Google's net worth. But before that, don't forget to comment below which celebrity you would like to see next time on Celebrity Net Worth. Here we go. As of June 2020, the net worth of Google is estimated around $320 billion. Google's parent company, Alphabet, has the net worth estimated around $900 billion that makes it one of the most valuable companies in the world. Google made over $50 million every day, and the company had revenue of more than $97.2 billion. That's all for Google. See you in the next video.